We are live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 298 to be exact. If you're new here, enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole bunch of that stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us in a live chat like you're going to do today. Helps us share conversations and laughs like this with more people. So do consider doing that. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacation time. It's that time of the year. Starting to get a little warmer here in the Midwest. I mean, not specifically today, but we're getting there. Let me get out of the way of the ad here. There's nothing better than a well-earned vacation, man. Let's face it. It feels good to just get away from everything for a little bit. Whether you earned it or not, you deserve to enjoy yourself. And there's no better place to do that than with today's sponsor, Alpine House 2. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex A-frame with a log cabin interior located directly across the street from the Ski Brûlée Resort in Iron River, Michigan. Aside from skiing, because as we are kind of transitioning out of that time of the year, there's tons of other stuff to do too. It's surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers, Iron River more specifically, making Alpine House 2 literally the destination for fishing, hunting, hiking, and when it does eventually wrap back around to the winter, obviously the skiing and snowmobiling and stuff like that. They've been booked up pretty religiously over on Airbnb, but you might be able to snag some rooms for a weekend getaway or even a whole week if you're lucky coming up. So go to Airbnb and look up Alpine House 2 up in Iron River, Michigan, or that's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. That's at ALPINEHAUS number 2 on Instagram to stay up to date with renovations, bookings, and more. Tell them D-Rita Detox sent you one last time. That's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. Check them out. Tell them D-Rita Detox sent you, and they'll set you up with a vacay. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, I'm excited. I'm actually pumped to be kicking it with my guest this week. We got to give a very, very wet detox welcome to indie artist TEDWORTH. He's in the building. He's here. What's going on, man?
It's going good.
How are you?
Happy to be here.
Oh, is he not focused? Oh, shit. Look at that. Look at that. We're
now
unfocused.
they can see me.
They can see you now. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay there. We were talking beforehand. Oh, it's so professional. And then we right away have a little mix-up there. But, yeah, man, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for making the time. Shout out Simon, too, for setting this up. Because he put me onto your stuff, man. You've got some really cool stuff out there.
Yeah, Simon was cool.
Shout out Simon, man. We love us some Simon. Speaking of new stuff, when he was putting me on to you, I'm like doing my research for the show. I'm listening to some tracks. I know you got the new track out, dropped in February, right?
Yeah, just released that.
Yeah. How do you wait?
Yeah.
How do you feel? I think it's a solid track, man.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I made that with Ryan Gorski. He's if you've ever been to Timeless, he's Mero's friend, and they're in a band called Blue Fawn Mero. So I met him, and
it's Timeless Studios.
Timeless Studios, right in downtown Milwaukee. Yeah. So right in the area. So yeah, I made that with him one night, and it turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. It's like a post-punk pop song. So yeah, it's a cool vibe.
It's moody, man. It's nice. It's good. I enjoy it.
Rap in it too.
Yeah. How do you decide? So you got. I mentioned the new single because we're talking music today. I got an artist in the studio today. Yeah. How do you decide when it's time to drop? Do you give yourself like loose deadlines, hard deadlines? Like, how much do you listen to a song and mix it? Like, how does that work for you?
Well, last year I made the goal of releasing 5 songs in 1 year, and in my mind I was like, I'm just gonna release one song in May, one song in like blah blah blah, and then another song in that. But I only released like 2 songs.
Okay.
Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it just like gets to a point where it's like I don't want to put out anything that I wasn't happy with. Mm-hmm. So last year was like a really like learning year and realizing that, okay, I can't really do this all by myself. And that's when I like reached out to like Timeless and like worked with Mero on the song. And but to answer your question, I guess I just kind of just like know when I like have like a song that I'm like really proud of, but I'm still like getting better at it. I'm a big fan of Russ, the rapper, and how he kind of like goes about like his career. So he like, I don't know, I just like saw this like random TikTok video, and he's just like, if you're a new artist, just like stack your songs up and then have a bunch of songs that you can like release later on. So I think that's what I'm trying to do, to be honest.
That's actually you're speaking to the right guy.
Yeah.
I love Russ. Huge fan of his.
Yeah.
I think his like mindset towards release schedules and releasing music in general, definitely the way to go. Especially now, right?
Yeah.
Like we're both sitting here. We have some people that listen to our music. We also have tons of people that don't know that we make music. Yeah. So you taking another swing with every single, that's only going to help. So if you can stack some songs up so you can be consistent with it, that's going to help, man.
No, yeah, that's my mindset at least. I think just to have a bunch of songs like stacked up and try to work with a bunch of new people. That's my goal this year. Just
Yeah.
to reach out and try to make the best music I can.
I think that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
the right way to do it.
Yeah.
What tells you that a song's done? Like, when do you know it's done? You know, because
Shit,
that's
man.
something, as somebody who, when you're at the stage that you're at right now, and I know it very well. Like, you're very involved in the process of finishing
Yeah.
a song, right?
Yep.
So you know, you're doing the car tests. You're putting it in the headphones. You're putting it in your friends' headphones. You're trying to make sure it's there. What is something that tells you, like, okay, I can let this go? Or how do you make that final call?
I kind of feel in the beginning, honestly. Like
Mm.
with my last 3 songs, I just knew right away, okay, this song is like a step up. And I always try to like one up myself with every single release. So I'm like, okay, this song is a step up from what I did. I'm really proud of it. Let's release it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of simple, I think, the way I go about it.
Yeah.
I don't like think about it too much. I just kind of just like trust my gut on it, and like
Yeah.
if I'm like feeling it, I'll just put it out there and see what happens. I don't know.
It's good. I think it's good not to put too much pressure on yourself. I know that's something that I know a lot of artists struggle with, myself included, right? Is like getting so down on a track and whatnot.
Yeah, it's easy too.
Yeah. I have a rule where it's like, I try real hard. I have like a few tracks of mine that I'm really proud of the way I mixed and mastered them, right? And so
Yeah.
then those will be like my samples when I'm looking at like loudness and different stuff for mix. So like I'll have those when I'm emailing my tracks to myself and try to compare whatever new song I'm working on to that to make sure I've got like consistency. And the second it gets like within 90% of that, I send it to distributors and then I don't listen to the song again until it comes out.
No, actually, that's what I do too. I just am like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Send it out there.
Because the thing is, if I listen to the song again before it comes out, I'll be like, oh, but I could change this.
I know.
I could turn this down 1 dB. I
Yeah.
could turn this down. And it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
And you think it does, but no one will notice it. And it's way better to have it done than to have whatever your head thinks is perfect.
Because you do a lot of the music on your own too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of the mixing and
You
mastering and
you
stuff.
produce, do all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I do
okay.
a lot of the production, and I'm heavily involved in that.
Yeah,
stuff,
so you're in the same boat probably. You
Yeah.
just like are like, I've been hearing this like 1,000 times, and I'm just like sick of hearing it, so I'm not gonna listen to it for like 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
I'll promote it still.
yeah, yeah. Dude, no,
Because I got to.
a lot of times, like, I'll schedule something out like a month out, and then I will not listen to it for that whole month, and then
Yeah.
it'll come out, and I'll be like, "Oh, the song is good."
I know,
We're
dude.
good.
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
yeah.
fucking did with "Watch Me Fall," like my song I put out last year. I'm like, this song's so ass, but I'm just gonna put it out anyway.
And then it
'Cause I
came out, and
believe
you're
in
like,
me. yeah,
Like, this is all right.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is kind of fire, actually.
Yeah.
And now I'm like trying to promote it more this year, I think, because I'm like, I have songs like that too, like in the past, where I'm like, dude, I should fucking promote this song because I think it could still do well. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. As you
Now I
should.
know how to market better, so it's like, might as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
We're talking, we're talking a little bit about making music. You mentioned some Milwaukee folks right as we got started. What brought you to Milwaukee? How'd you get started making music? Kind of give me a little bit of that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story, but my mom's a piano teacher, and that's kind of how I got like into music. Is just like she would like teach me piano lessons. I come from like a big family. I'm like the second oldest of 6 people, and she
Damn.
teach me and my sister like piano lessons from like 5 until 12 until like ended up giving it up because
So are you nice with the keys though?
I am getting better at it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I wasn't a huge fan of piano because I wasn't a huge fan of classical music. So I just was like, this just isn't my jam. So I just like totally gave up music.
Oh wow.
From like 12 to 17. End up like doing like drawing and like made like YouTube videos online for like a whole year.
Oh yeah.
I was like a YouTuber and stuff.
What
and did,
kind of
like,
what kind of YouTube videos are we talking about?
did like these like art challenges where I would just like do like these like random art challenges. Like I like incorporated playing basketball with like doing art challenges at the same time, and I like did like this one challenge where I like went a whole week without listening to music and just like
Does this channel still exist?
I deleted all these videos.
Dude, what
I
are you
put
doing?
them all on, like, I put them all on like Untitled so I could show you if you really
Oh
want. But I,
damn,
like,
bro, we should
did
have
like a
pulled them up
blindfold
today.
art test with like my younger brothers, and I had to like draw like Fortnite characters and stuff.
That's hilarious,
Yeah,
man.
it's pretty funny, but it's cringy
They,
too.
you still have them though. The
Yeah,
videos
I still have
exist.
them.
Okay, good.
I just put them.
Yeah. Just lock them up. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. So you did that for some time. Then what was the magnet that brought you back to music? How
So,
did you
yeah,
swing back?
It kind of I did from like 2017. I like made like a YouTube video every week, and I just kind of got sick of it after a while, and I just like branched off into doing like animation, and I just like was like really into like rappers like Juice WRLD and like Little Skies. So I just was like, I'm just gonna do like my own series where I just like talk about like animating rappers and just put like funny things in them and just like incorporate the songs. So I just like was doing that. And then from there I like made this like animated music video for this guy, Little Double XL from like Green Bay. I don't know if he's still making music.
Is this, can we maybe find this? Probably.
It's Untitled.
Damn it, bro.
I posted on my Instagram a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh shit, I found the video again.
Yeah, shit.
But
man. So what were you using? Were you like messing around with Blender and Unreal, or what were you doing with animation?
It was like 2D animation, so it was like Flash,
okay.
Adobe Flash.
Yeah.
And this Wacom tablet or whatever that I'd like do it on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do music videos for rappers, and I'm gonna animate music videos and do all this stuff. But then it got to the point where I was like, I had these people reaching out to me on Instagram, and I was being like, yeah, $500 for a animated music video, and they're like, I can afford $500 for this like music video or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just make my own song and do my own animated music video.
Yeah.
So I just was like, got on Audacity, just like looked up this beat online and just like made this like funny song about my friend's dingleberries.
Wow.
Which is like still like on my SoundCloud.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it might be still on my SoundCloud if I didn't private it.
Dude,
but
we might have to dig that
yeah.
up. We might have to dig that up and do some research.
But from there, I just instantly got hooked because I always was like good at rhyming.
Yeah.
I like always had that skill. And when I was making the song, it's like I could, even though it was like the lyrics were just like didn't make any sense at all, just like a funny joke song.
Yeah.
It's like I just like instantly hooked to just like add in the auto tune on Audacity. So from there, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And I was like 17, junior in high school. Summer, about to be a senior, and I just was like grinding on music all summer. My friend showed me like FL Studio, and I was just like making beats using Omnisphere.
God loves some Omnisphere.
Yeah, and just was like pretty much just like rapping in a way. I like transition kind of from like I was just posting on SoundCloud, so I was like making jokey songs, but I'm like I'm gonna do like serious because I like felt something like I felt the need to like just like be more honest and do like serious stuff. So I just like kind of got like a little bit more serious, but I was just like pretty much releasing a song like every 2 weeks or whatever, like senior year of high school. Like at that point I just like didn't care.
How many songs do you think you put out in that time?
Like maybe like 20.
Yeah. That's legit, man.
Yeah. But yeah, some of them are still on my SoundCloud and YouTube and stuff. Like not good, but like, you know,
but
I was trying.
It's great to see the growth, man,
yeah.
too. That's what like we've got plenty. Trust me, you could scroll through any of my accounts, you'll see some goofy shit. So
yeah,
it's cool. It shows the growth, I think.
Yeah, I look back on it and I'm like, oh, like a lot of shit was wrong, but it's like at least I knew what I liked making music because it just like made me happy, and it's like as simple as that. Yeah. Like all I wanted to do was just be like happy in life. So I'm like, well, if I do this, I'll just be happy for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a timestamp too, you know. Like you can listen back to, even if it's you. Like I have plenty of trash songs, and like I go back and listen to it, and it's like I can remember, you know, who I was making music with at the time, like who was I hanging out with, like where we were going.
That's true too.
You kind of can remember almost that time of your life because you're like you were working, even if it was a shitty song, you still worked intimately on the song. Like you still spent time and maybe money, resources, whatever on the song. Yeah. So it's cool to kind of have that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting just like looking back on old stuff. But like I don't know, I was just like grinding on music pretty much from there. And I guess that's kind of how I got my start into music. Yeah. Just kind of just like transition.
Where were you at? So you told me before we went live that you're not from Milwaukee. Yeah. But you came to Milwaukee, however, I don't know how many years ago. So you were 17 when you were kind of getting into really taking music seriously. Yeah. When do you start sort of getting on like Spotify, releasing on Spotify? When you moved to Milwaukee, how does that whole thing pan out?
Yeah, so I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin, which is like, if you don't know where that is, it's kind of like southwest of Green Bay. That's what everyone says from where I'm from. But I was just like, I like posted my first song on like Spotify like 2020, maybe like during COVID times actually. Yeah. I had the song I thought was like worth putting out on Spotify. So I'm like, this will be my first song on Spotify and we'll just put this out. And I don't know. I just was like, I was at like this point where I like knew I wanted to make music, but I didn't have a lot of connections, and I was like stuck in my parents' house, and I could only be like so loud with like my stuff. And I didn't have like any people around me that made music besides this one kid who got me into it, but he wasn't making music anymore, and he was more into trap, and I was trying to do like indie alternative like music that I kind of make now.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm like stuck on like resources, I feel like, and I just was like, I don't know how to go forward. I felt like I needed a producer, but like, so I was just like making music still, working at Domino's. And then one day I'm like, what if I get a school bus and just find it on like Facebook Marketplace and just like have my own like home that I could live in and also like make music out of?
In a school bus?
That I wouldn't need an apartment for. Because in my mind, when I was like 3 years ago, I was like, if I get an apartment, I'm going to get noise complaints like all the time. And I can't afford a house right now. So I'm like, what if I just get a school bus?
Just a school bus was the super logical next
At like
option.
19 or 20 years old, this is where my head was at. So I followed this guy online that was like a school bus guy. So I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do this.
Sure.
So then that was like the plan. I just like was looking for a school bus, found a school bus, ended up renovating it.
Well, wait.
Yeah,
how much? Okay, pump the brakes. How much was the school bus? How much was the school bus?
The school bus was like $3,500 on Facebook Marketplace, all decked out.
How big is this school bus?
It's a short bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I actually got this sticker that says I ride the short bus on the back.
Yeah. Shit. Dude. Okay. Wait. I need to know. Like, was this how many miles on this fucking short bus for it to only be $3,500?
Damn. How many miles? It was like 180K maybe.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's adding up now a little bit.
It was already
still pretty good though.
Yeah. It was already decked out and everything. This girl who was gonna like do like this van life stuff was like, no, I'm gonna stay working at my prison job because like I want my pension and shit. So I'm gonna sell the school bus because I don't need it anymore.
Wow. So she decked it out.
Yeah, she decked it out for me.
Did it have like it had living
quarters? It had like a bed
already?
And it had like a little sink station. It had like an area with a. I pretty much didn't change anything to it. I just had to do a shit ton of mechanical work and deck it out like to how I wanted it. But
were you making music out of there?
Yeah.
Really?
Not right away. I was still living at my parents' house, but like, yeah, I like converted it in like 2022 and then like ended up traveling from like August to November.
Yeah. Where were you going?
I went to South Dakota first, from like Minneapolis to like South Dakota, and just kind of like stayed there for a little bit because I got stuck and had to repair my vehicle.
Okay. Yeah. That'll do it. Yeah.
And so I got stuck there. And ended up like meeting like these people just like in a random like what do you call it, Sam's Club parking lot.
There you go.
And like other like van life people. But then made my way to Colorado, and that's where I stayed for a long time in Sterling, Colorado, because I ultimately just got stuck there too.
Yeah.
It was just like a whole mess.
What do you do for work when you're stuck?
I had money saved up.
Oh, okay.
The past summer I was like doing like landscaping and stuff, so I had money saved up, and I also. But it was running low, so I had to find a job pretty fast.
Yeah.
But my bus broke down this place called Sterling, Colorado.
Yeah.
It's like an hour south of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I'd just be there for a couple days, but I was there for a solid month and just worked at this Taco Bell with like all these Hispanic people. The only dude that spoke English there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And just like lived in this like Walmart literally for like a month straight.
Like you just lived in the Walmart parking lot?
Yeah, and just like walked to the Taco Bell because it was like a minute away.
Dude, I got to introduce you to this guy, Michael Scott, that we've had on the podcast a bunch of times. This guy, Michael Scott, has been on the podcast a million times. He would be loving everything you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
He lived some of this life that you're describing. Yeah. It's awesome.
So while I was in Sterling, Colorado, I was just like repairing my bus, and I met this one dude who I became really good friends with that was like actually homeless, like living out of his van. But we would just like take like showers in the fucking lake and shit, and take like mushrooms and stuff sometimes and cook out like just like
okay wait how does shower give me the play-by-play of taking a shower at the lake. Like do you go back to the van, you're like, oh, I need a shower?
Yeah, so it's either the one move when you're living on the road, I'll give you guys some tips and tricks real quick.
Yeah, is
either you can get a Planet Fitness membership, and that's kind of like highbrow like van life, like even though it's like $10 a month.
Yeah.
If you get a Planet Fitness membership, it's like, whoa.
That's like
it's like you got a Tesla or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I was just like, well, I don't need a fucking shower. I'll just like use like a milk jug and just like get water from like Walmart or something and just like shower like that. But then I met this one dude who was like actually like homeless living out of his van. He's like, I was like just talking to him because we just like hang out sometimes. He's like, yeah, I just like take a shower in this like river and I just bring soap with me. I'm like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea.
You were taking a shower in the river water with this dude.
Yeah. Not just like with like pause, just like with spray chugs on or anything. Like
Okay.
nothing like weird or anything.
What kind of soap are you bringing?
Just like Suave, just like basic. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like nothing. I don't know.
You had to smell like shit, man.
Definitely, yeah, dude. I
had-
fucking showered.
You smelled like shit,
Dude, my
bro.
cousin was like, how much did you shower? Like, how many times do you think you showered in the course of 4 months? And I was like, 5 times.
God, man. Were you like, did you talk to a lot of people?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people,
God,
man.
I'm sorry for them.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
That's
like,
wild. So what do you do? Okay. Like, what are you doing for fun when you're living in this van, right? The van's broken down. You're getting to and from Taco Bell.
yeah.
You're showering with Forrest Gump, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, he
where
did look like Forrest Gump.
yeah. What are you like? Do you ever have downtime? Do you have a phone? I imagine you have a phone.
Yeah. So honestly, I was just like getting better at guitar and just making music in my bus. I just kind of looked at it as just an opportunity, just like, okay, I'm just gonna play guitar and.
Totally solo? Is anyone with you or?
No, I'm just making music in my bus just by myself, just outside the Walmart or outside this like truck stop, just like at night, just like playing Smashing Pumpkin songs and just learning new songs and stuff and just making music pretty much. And that's pretty much what I did with my free time besides hanging out with some friends that I met at the Taco Bell. Like,
Yeah,
that
that's
were pretty
cool.
cool. So
Wow,
yeah.
that's insane, man. So like, I'm trying to think. How much clothes did you have? Did you go to laundromats?
Yeah, they had a laundromat in that town, Sterling, Colorado. Actually, so one time, bro, this is actually a real hack. So
Okay.
if you ever live in van life,
Mhm.
car washes are like, you can take a shower in a car wash. Like, it's possible. Like,
done
I'm
it?
not even kidding. I took a shower in a car wash.
In an automatic car wash?
Yeah.
or-
No, like, yeah, or whatever. In a manual car wash.
manual
Yeah.
car wash.
Yeah.
Were you shooting yourself with the fucking hose, or was it you and
Yeah,
the
I was
homeless guy
shoot-
taking
I
turns
did
shooting
no,
each
no,
other?
no. I was shooting myself with the hose.
Really?
I do not recommend that at all.
That sounds like it might hurt a little.
Because there's some guy like inspecting it and stuff, so I just like do that really fast and get the swab lotion.
God, dude, he comes over and you're soaking wet.
Yeah, I'm just like showering myself in my car. Is that cool?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. You know, I just saw a guy on TikTok the other day who like he didn't want to pay for an Uber and he was like stranded somewhere, so he ordered pizza
yeah, I did
delivery
see that.
to his house, and he was like, "Can I just ride with the delivery driver?" And
Dude,
you were
I
kind
saw
of
that
doing
before.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
excellent,
that's
man.
crazy.
What's something else that people don't think about? If someone's considering van life right now, you did it.
Yeah.
What's something that maybe you didn't know going in that you know now?
You don't really need a lot. There's a lot of people that like camp on public lands and they just do it in tents or just they backpack or they just do it out of their car. It's like if I would do it over again, I would not get a bus because I could definitely make do just like with my car or just like with a tent just to get an experience.
Yeah.
It's like obviously you got to like deal with like the wildlife and stuff more if you do it that way, but you don't need as much as you think you would when
Really?
you really get out there.
Excellent.
You can survive with because when you think of like our ancestors and stuff, they weren't fucking living in buses. They're just like camping.
Yeah, that's
Obviously,
true.
you
They were
don't wanna
living in
go-
caves and stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to go that extreme, but it's like you don't really need a lot to survive.
What did were your parents like scared for you at all? Were they like nervous to let you go do this or?
Yeah, they're pretty nervous, but once I like bought the bus and like committed to it, they're like, "All right, this is what he's gonna do." So
Wow.
it's like my dad had to like help me with like the mechanical work on it and stuff because I like didn't know what I was doing there.
Yeah,
But and he's like really good with that stuff, so
that's
that was a
fascinating.
huge
though,
plus. Yeah.
dude. It's wild in a good way. It's super cool that you got to do this. I imagine. Is there any
Yeah.
other spots that you hit up along the way that you were like really happy you got to see of the states?
Yeah, so after I fixed my bus in Colorado, I just like the Taco Bell closed down just because they had like a gas leak. So I just
Gas leak at Taco
yeah.
Bell. Okay.
So yeah,
That's
ironic.
awesome.
I couldn't work there anymore. But the guy who I originally got into bus life for, I like followed him on Instagram, and he has like this plot of land in Austin, Texas, and he's having like this Halloween festival there. And he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for volunteers. Like, send us a Instagram video, and we'll see if you like are like cool enough, I guess, to come hang out with us in our property with like all of these like buses that he has, like all these like hippie people pretty much that live on like this plot of land with like all these buses." So I'm like, "Oh my god,
That's
It's, like,
perfect for
dope.
you. It sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
So I like send him a video. He's like, "Yeah, come down here." So I like make the way down to Austin, Texas from Colorado. and ended up hanging with all these like hippie guys on this like plot of land that had like all these buses. They like essentially rents out as like Airbnb.
Really?
Like if you would go to Austin, Texas, and look on Airbnb and look up school buses, you could probably like find his like stuff. Cause
Wow.
yeah, if you like ever want to try it out or whatever.
So were you just like tripping balls with a bunch of hippies on this guy's land?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Like he like had like this whole like cooler full of mushrooms and stuff. And he's just like selling it and everything. But he had like DJs, like this like one like famous like DJ was actually there. I forgot her name, but she was like, you ever watch that new TED series?
No, I haven't. No, but I know
she
of
was
it,
in
yeah.
that. I'm like, holy shit, it's that girl.
Yeah, you're like,
I was just like watching previews. I was like, no way, it's that girl that I saw at that fucking
You're like,
hippie
wait, is this the shrooms or is that actually?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Wow, dude, that's fun.
Yeah. So
What's it like doing shrooms with homeless people?
well, I don't know. Like they're cool. They're all cool. So it wasn't like totally weird, and it was kind of the vibe, honestly.
Really?
Like it's just like made sense to just like do it in like that kind of environment.
I feel like homeless people would probably be the best people to do shrooms with. You know?
Yeah.
Because they're already cool with a lot.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have bad trips very often.
Because they're like homeless people, but with like Gary V mindset. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah. Like they got like they're like homeless people, but like they like take ketamine and shit. So they like
So they're jacked up.
yeah, and they got like they're just like their brain is like way more advanced than your average.
They're
homeless person.
go-getters, but
Yeah.
they just don't want
Exactly.
to own anything.
Yeah, they just want to be free.
yeah. Okay, I can get behind that. I can get
Yeah.
behind that. So how do we make our way from Austin to eventually Milwaukee? How do we get out of van life and get into Milwaukee?
Yeah, this is like all just like fucked up whenever I say this to people, but it's like, so I eventually after like this whole like hippie festival, I just like was like chilling in Austin, Texas for a little bit, and just like making money through like this app. And
What app?
Wanolo.
What is that?
It's an app where you can make money working at like random gig places. It's like gig work they call it. So I just like worked at like the Moody Center and washed like dishes there
Yeah.
for a day and got like $150, and you
Oh.
like worked at like this hotel and you make like $100 for 5 hours.
Kind of like
work.
a temp
yeah
agency, but
just like
virtual.
yeah, just like gig stuff like hotel service and stuff. So I was just
Yeah.
doing that just to survive, but I ended up getting COVID in the bus.
Oh shit.
And I was like at a crossroads with where I was going to go next. And I was like, is this what I really want to do? Because like the whole originally what I got into it for was to make music and just kind of have a place where I could make music wherever I wanted to and just still like see the world too, I guess. So in my mind, I'm like, well, this really isn't working out too well. It's like I'm getting bit by mosquitoes every day.
Mhm.
I like can't really make music the way I want to because like I don't know, I'm just like in this tight space, and I just like I'm like fully committed to music where it's like I'm not just doing this part-time, I'm like all in on it really.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to like fully commit when I'm in a bus that's like not insulated, not like heat regulated or anything like that. So it's like I just was like scrolling on like my TikTok or like Instagram feed while I was had COVID one day, and I just like came across like these like Milwaukee artists like Scam Likely, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And I just like was like looking at their stuff. I was like, oh, it's like alternative music. Like I didn't know Milwaukee had this kind of scene. Like I always knew about Milwaukee. I went to like brewer games and stuff as a kid, and I just kind of like saw the scene and stuff. I'm like, you know what? This would actually be like a great like next step maybe in my life to like move to Milwaukee, because like I can still like move my career up a bit. It's not like I'm moving to Los Angeles where I gotta like have a ton of money to survive. I can still like move to like a bigger city,
Yeah.
and still like get involved with the scene, and I'm like make alternative music. So I'm like, this seems like a really good fit. So I'm just like, all right, let's do it. So I just like literally went home for Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm back, bro.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
surprised my family again.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Where's the bus now?
So I ended up selling it to my Amazon coworker back in Appleton. He just uses
Really?
it as a party bus in his backyard.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
that's cool. At least it's
In
someone's using it.
Oshkosh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're
Excellent.
ever in Oshkosh, you can see a white short bus. It's mine.
In someone's backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yours. That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
And so then you come back to Milwaukee, you start, and that's when you sort of start making some of the music you've been making now.
Yeah, I'd say that's really when my music career starts really starting officially, because I was like making music for a while, and I was all in on it as soon as I started. But like, I was like super serious once I came to Milwaukee, because I was like on my own. I'm like, okay, like I don't really know how to produce. I'm not the best producer, but like I just got to keep on going forward and keep on making music, because that's really like
That's what you're here to do, right?
that's the only like for the longest time I was like, I need a producer, I need this, but it's like the only thing I had to do was just keep on moving forward and keep on getting better, because eventually I can become my own producer, you know. That's the kind of the mindset I kind of
I think
had
like
to adapt to.
you have to, right? And you have to, like, when your end goal is like, I want to make, like you mentioned it earlier, you're trying to like outdo yourself each time. You're trying to make a better song each time. So however the fuck you can get the next song to be better, that's a win. And just continuing to do that, whereas getting bogged down by like, oh, I don't have this person helping me, or I don't have this connection, or maybe I need this gear. Like, nah, dude. Just get it done. And that probably helped you get to, you know, where we're at today.
Yeah. It's like the pressure kind of was like a good thing for me. It just was like, okay, I got to like really like start going forward and just keep on making music, because eventually I'll just get better at it if I just keep doing it. And that's kind of where I'm at now. And now I can like actually like produce like full songs by myself. So
as you should. And I think that having that self-sufficiency is going to be super helpful in the long run. And even when you do work with other people, then, because then you're going to know sort of how to get things done, which will help you be, you know, a better coach on a song or a better director of a song if you're kind of working with someone else that's producing. So I think that's good, man. That's valuable. I'm curious. So we're in the music stuff right now. Have you ever wrote a song for somebody or about somebody?
Yeah, I wrote songs about people before, about like my family and stuff, and just like it's like issues with like family members and different stuff like that.
Have you ever been pressed about it?
Well, it's not really something to be depressed or
have you ever been pressed? Has someone you've written a song about, have they ever pressed you? Like, have they been like, yo, is this about me?
Oh yeah.
They have. How does that go?
Like, hey, is this about me? I'm like, no. It's just like about something else.
And then you turn and look at the camera.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie in my art.
Yeah.
Like, this is all I do. So it's like I'm just gonna be honest and put all my like honest feelings into it. But it's like, most of my songs are like have to do with like family and stuff, and like some like relationships and here and there, and just really about life, and it's kind of like the stuff like that I've gone through and shit like that, pretty much. So
as it should be. You know, I think the more authentic it is, I think a lot of times the better the finished product is going to be. Outside of music, man, what else you be getting up to? Like when you're not writing music, when you're not working on it, I know that's most of your life. What is TEDWORTH getting up to?
I'm a big comedy podcast fan. But other than that, I do like going out. I like dancing a lot. Dancing is my shit.
Okay. What kind of dance?
Like at Trinity's, me and my friend went out one time. Okay. And it's in like the most PG story ever. But like,
okay. Give me the PG story.
Oh, can I do the rated R version?
Oh, you can do the rated R. You said it's not a PG story.
Yeah.
That's great. That's better.
Could we do the rated R version?
Give us the rated R. We prefer the rated R.
Let me hit my vape real quick so we can really get into this rated R segment.
There we go. That's how you know it's gonna be for real. So, you guys are going you're going dancing.
Yeah. So, me and my friend who lives in my apartment building, who I've gotten to know pretty well, we're like, hey man, let's try to like have some fun tonight. So he's like, dude, I got some Addy if you want to like that I just have for some prescription that I just like take. Okay. And we're like, all right, let's do some Adderall. Fuck it. I've never done Adderall before. So we're just like in his apartment, and we just like, not saying that anyone should do Adderall, I guess. I got to preface this too before I start the story. But
sure.
We felt like being, just trying some stuff out, and he's like already done like shit like this. But like we do like whatever, like one thing, like 35 milligrams.
Yeah.
And then we get to the bar and we're like, hey, we're not feeling it at all. So we do like the dumb thing and take another one again. Jesus so we're on like 75 milligrams. I'm just like drinking a lot.
Yeah, that's a great mix.
And then all of a sudden we're like in the bar, and I go to the ATM, try to like grab some money, and I just like I'm like wobbling all over the place because it just like all hits me at once.
Oh, you can't even walk now.
Yeah. So I can walk, but it's like everything's just like I don't even know how to describe it because I've like that's the only time I've really been on that stuff before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, we got to go dancing right now. So I take him, and we get in the Trinities.
Were you a dancer prior?
Yeah, like, dancing? Dude, I've been always the kind of guy who was like a dancer. It's like we would go, me and my family, like, have like this camping trip we go on every year, and there'd be like weddings at the campsite, and I'd be like crashing weddings and like, just like, I don't know, it's like music's like always called me, like, just like way.
What kind of dance moves you know how to do the Fortnite the default dance? Can you do that?
My dance moves aren't good.
Oh,
I just like
you just
dancing.
like to do it. All right,
yeah.
I'm trying to learn, man. I want to learn that Fortnite default dance that they do.
Oh shit, dude! I've seen people pull that off. Honestly.
Yeah, if I just knew how to do that, I'd be happy.
My one like main move that I like pull out here and there is I like grab my foot and jump over it. And that usually like gets people like, whoa, what the fuck did he just do?
That just got me, just thinking about it got me excited, bro.
Yeah,
cool.
I learned that one in gym class.
Oh,
so
okay.
Shout out my gym teacher.
Yeah, respect to the gym teacher. So you guys make it to the club, then you make it to Trinity.
Yeah, we make it to Trinities. And at that point, I'm just like, holy crap, like, let's start dancing. He's not like a dancer at all, but like, I'm just like dancing with all these random people, like meet this random girl, just like start running with her like across like the whole like bar of Trinities, like do like a whole like run around and shit, because I'm just like super hyper.
Are you chasing this woman, or are you guys running together?
No, I'm just like thinking like, oh, this would be so cool. This is like a movie scene right now. So I just like grab her and just like run around like the whole building.
That's
like,
what that Adderall do to you.
Yeah, I like feel like I'm like the main character.
Yeah, in the Titanic movie or something. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and then when they're just like dancing or whatever, but yeah, like I love dancing. So
yeah. So it dance, but that was that. So then after that, you dance regularly without the Adderall, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You still dance without the Adderall.
Yeah. No, I don't need substances to dance. Like a good amount of alcohol would help, but like I can dance on command.
Good.
Obviously, it's gonna be awkward until you get into it. But
yeah.
If you got good music, man, that's all that really matters.
What's the worst music? Like, what's the kind of music that could kill a vibe for you? Someone who enjoys it and you're dancing, right? Let's say you're at the club, you're at Trinity. Let's say it's a solid remix to a real popular song, and then all of a sudden the next thing is like a Jersey Club remix of the YMCA. Do you still get down to that?
Jersey Club, how would that even sound?
It's trash. I was at Trinity's once, and that literally started playing, and I was like, I gotta fucking get out of here.
Like, do they have like Jersey accents?
No, like Jersey, like like the Jersey style beats, like it's a huge type of production. I'll show you when we get up.
Okay.
When we get done. But it's a kind of like bass that's like do 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 do.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they do the YMCA.
And the YMCA on top of it, dude.
God.
And it was so atrocious. And it was like a string of terrible songs. And this guy would like edge you, like you get like half a like maybe 30 seconds of like even like a Pitbull song.
Yeah.
It would kind of be going hard again. Everyone would kind of getting lit again. And then like it would go right to the drop. And then he like cuts it to like the fucking ABCs. I don't know, like
that's
something
what
trash.
He did that night too when I was there. He did the same thing.
The music sucks there.
It was weird because you'd play like 30 seconds of a snippet and then do like 30 seconds of another song. I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense.
But it was never the best part of the song. It would like build up and you're like, oh, let's go. It's going to be like Time of Our Lives or something by fucking Pitbull. And it's like going to the spot and you're thinking like, oh, here's the hook. And everyone's getting excited to like jump around. Yeah. And then it's like, it's fun to stay at the... You're like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to live music, I just like don't give a fuck. Like, I like all types of live music. When it comes to listening to music, I'm like a pretty cynical person. I feel like when it comes to like... But that's just kind of because like I'm still like making my own music and getting better. So it's like hard not to like relate the two together. I don't know if you went through anything like that, but like...
Yeah, definitely.
It's like when I'm like not in a good spot in my head of making good music and I listen to other people's music, I just get like super negative about it for some reason, even though it might be a good song. I don't know.
I can be like that. I think it can be like that sometimes, you know. You're just feeling down. A lot of times I get sort of the inverse where like I'm feeling really down about my music, so then I will compare. I'll be like, I'll never make anything as good as it. Anybody else's music I hear, I'm like, it's so much better than mine. I'll never be able to make anything this good.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like really start doubting myself that way.
Yeah.
If I get into a bad headspace like that, which is common. So
yeah, it sucks. It sucks when you get into stuff like that.
It's not fun. So okay, so you're a dancer. All right, are you dancing tonight at all for St. Paddy's Day?
Oh, I got like no one to go out with. Otherwise, I might. But
what do you do anything for St. Paddy's Day? Are you a big St. Patrick's Day celebrator?
I would. My friend, who's like my only friend in Milwaukee, is like recently like can't like drink alcohol for some reason. So we like haven't been going out. He can drink like Coronas, but he like has like a bad like reaction to alcohol.
Oh,
So we haven't been
okay.
going out as much.
What about Simon? What about
Yeah,
Simon? Hit Simon, bro.
I could hit Simon up actually.
Simon likes partying.
Is he in the
man.
live stream right now?
Man, I don't know. Simon, try to say what's up if you are. Simon, yeah, he's a partier for sure, and he's around.
Yeah, I should maybe hit Simon.
That's interesting, dude. Outside of sort of St. Patrick's Day stuff and music, have you heard anything about these predator catchers? Do you ever follow these videos?
Yeah, dude, I fucking do follow them. I
Where-
see them online
Dude.
and shit on Walmart.
Are they not insane? Like, here's the thing. I'm all down for what they're doing, right? Catch these people. We got some weirdo predators,
Yeah.
sexual predators out there. Those people should be exposed. Have you seen what they've been doing lately?
No, what they've been up
They're
to.
like, because they can get away with whatever they want. Like, they're just straight up assaulting people now
Really?
that are still they're pedophiles. So
That's crazy.
deserving, so I guess. But, like, they will be in a Walmart and they'll be like, it started out, it'd be like, this guy's here to meet a fucking 7-year-old girl.
Yeah, I've seen
and you
those
see
ones.
those,
I've
right?
seen
And
those ones
that was
before.
like, we're all like, yeah, hell yeah, embarrass this guy. Dude, now they like get him in an aisle and they're like, we're going to tell the whole story. We're going to tell everybody, we're going to post this if you don't come with us. And they're like, okay. And they start walking with them. And then it'll be like some dude will jump from another aisle and fucking RKO
What the fuck?
the pred on the ground. And then they're like curb stomping them. And they're just like, yeah, this is good content. We're showing.
Oh, I've never seen videos
Dude,
like that before.
It's crazy. I'm not even joking. And I have this pulled out. I have it ready for us. Because I've been following this one girl. She's like from Wisconsin. And so that's why I talked with like a producer of hers a long time ago. We were trying to get her. We were trying to get her on the podcast a while back. We haven't heard back, so maybe this will be how we get her on. But Courtney Elizabeth is her name. This most recent video, I just saw this on my timeline. It reminded me to bring this up today because I've wanted to talk about this for a while. But this is the kind of shit that they do to pedophiles, and it's like, yes, they deserve it, but I don't know that you can do this and film this. I don't know. I'm just gonna let you guys in the audience
Holy
react.
shit.
Okay, you want to go to tier list over
It's already
on
a good
OBS?
start. I see a spray can.
This
Going
is
right
this
on.
is spray paint, and so they confront the pedophile, and you can just hit play on that then. You don't have to turn ours up. It's fine. I mean, we'll just kind of get the gist of it here. And she's spraying. You can't hear, but the lady's like.
Will you stop trying to meet up with little
She's
kids?
spray painting her hair.
annoying, ain't it?
For
And
effort, right?
chasing her out of whatever business they caught her in. So they get these people to meet up with them, and then they either beat the shit out of them, or in this case, spray them with actual spray
Bro,
paint.
that's fucking worse than being a pedophile.
Can you pull up? Can you just go and like pull up a separate
fuck?
tab here? Pull up a new tab and can you just look up predator catchers? How would I say this? I mean, maybe like out of pocket or predator catchers beating people up or something, and then put TikTok, because dude, these TikToks are insane. People put compilations together of how crazy the pedophile catchers are getting. Like, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for them exposing them, but I don't know what we're allowed to let them get away with. It seems a little excessive.
It's crazy.
Is that, yeah, just click that. Click that and just mute it so in case it's real loud. I don't know if it's, because dude, it's actually insane how often they just like beat the shit out of them. Click the first one. Fuck it. Yeah, watch. This is sensitive content. Dude, it's like actually hilarious. And just turn it down so it's not super loud for the audience and pull that up. It's like one of my favorite genres of video recently to watch is these pedophiles get beat up. So maybe that's why they do it. But I like, look, they like get in his way. He's trying to leave. And it's like, oh my God, dude. He threw,
What
that's
the
a
fuck?
tag team move, bro. That is WWE.
Wait, is that just a little kid or is that a pedophile?
No, this guy's like a pedophile. He's
What
like in
the
his
fuck?
20s and he was there to meet like a 12-year-old.
Oh, what the? And he punches. Oh my God, I didn't see that shit.
Threw him
And then he
into
just
a
gets
punch.
fucking knocked
Decked.
out by fucking Matt and we.
Dude,
Boxing.
how? Like, that's an insane move to have planned
Damn.
ahead of time. Like, I'm going to throw him to you, bro, and you fucking knock him the hell out.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you, dude, they're actually insane. Like, they're a little the Yamcha.
And what kind of music they got on the background of these
Yeah,
videos?
I'm sure it's crazy.
The YMCA.
Yeah, dude. But like, they'll catch him anywhere, bro. Wait, there's got to be some other ones too, because I've seen them where like they'll chase him out of the store. I don't know. It's just it's wild. I guess I'm trying to think, like, if we were pedophile hunters,
Yeah, that'd be a good series on YouTube.
what would be like how would you want to deal with them? Because we can't just yell at them. We can't just expose them. We got to do something, and it's got to be violent.
Yeah. I think I would grab those like balls they have in the ball pit and then just like ambush them with all of them.
With the
Because
balls?
it's like not like super like it wouldn't hurt too bad, but it would just be like, hey, we know what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, I would try to like, maybe if we could like set up some like nails on some 2x4s.
Oh, shit.
Sticking up. And
Damn.
like we chase them around
So you're
the
just
corner.
all for that violence.
Dude, and they just step right on, like, bro.
Oh, man.
Something super
Holy
violent.
fuck, that would
And then we
hurt,
have
dude.
some other people come. They come from like another aisle. We have like 3 or 4 more guys come from another aisle.
It's
They have like
fucking-
a whole crucifix, and then we just crucify the pedophile right there.
Holy shit. Are we wearing
We kneel?
KKK
No,
hoodies
we
too
don't
for
got-
crucifying?
I wanted it to get dark. But yeah, dude, they're crazy, bro. These pedophile hunters. Shout out to them. Shout out Courtney Elizabeth. Come do the podcast. It's crazy that they do. I feel like there's so many of them now. There's so many. Even Jian
Yeah.
was doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Like, all these big creators do it. Here, I just want
Yes.
to close that so it doesn't play any other audio. Close that tab too specifically because it might end up playing some other audio. You watch Invincible at all?
No,
You watch any TV?
not really. I'm not too big of a TV
No.
person.
What do you watch? Just TikTok and Reels?
I watch like Netflix movies here and there. If I I just watched like The Wolf of Wall Street again like the other
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
So
Good
just,
film. Solid
yeah,
film.
I don't know. I'll just like watch like random movies here and there.
Fair. Are you familiar with like IGN?
IGN, the game.
They review games. They review
Yeah.
TV shows and
Yeah.
movies too.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing. They just reviewed a real popular show that's out right now, Invincible.
Okay.
They had somebody review the newest season, and it's been getting like insanely high praise from everybody. And this guy gave it like a 3 out of nowhere.
What? Out of like 10?
And the reason I bring it up is because out of 10. And the reason I bring it up is because it was so bad that like the guy clearly didn't watch the show, or he
Yeah.
must just like hate those kinds of shows or something. And IGN has this problem. I don't know if you know their reputation, where they literally just send like random people to review things. So like, let's say if you're a fan of, did you game ever at any point?
Yeah,
What's a game series you liked?
Like I played
Yeah, that you played a bunch.
Fortnite, Rocket League, Minecraft, like Call
Okay.
of Duty. as
Call
a
of Duty.
kid.
Let's say like new Call of Duty comes out. Someone who's never played an FPS shooter or Call of Duty for that matter
Yeah.
is exactly who IGN would have review that game.
Oh, okay.
They would have somebody who's like spent their whole life playing Minecraft, and they'd be like, go review this new Call of Duty game for us.
Yeah.
And it'll get like a 4, and everyone will be like, what the fuck is this review? And the review makes no sense. So IGN's like notorious for that.
Okay.
Or like they'll have someone do a breakdown on a series, like the new God of War game comes out, and they'll have someone do a breakdown on like the whole timeline of God of War, and the person's never played God of War before. So to
What?
like the person telling it will like mispronounce names of characters, like get timelines wrong. It's like
That
how
has
is
to piss people off that actually play the game.
yeah, and so like then people are like trying to figure out if this is this just a bit, like are they trolling us for more engagement at this point? Because the show is like, I love the show, so I'm super biased. It's a great show, Invincible, that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But and I'm not gonna say it's perfect, no, but it's like unanimously getting a ton of praise, and out of nowhere they come with this like 3. They gave it a 3 or a 4, and everybody, so it got all this like interaction, and people are like,
Damn.
dude, do they just do it? Dude, is that what they're doing it for?
Maybe that's just how they stay relevant, you know?
Maybe. Do we need to start doing that? Maybe.
Yeah, just like maybe give pedophiles praise.
Maybe. We're like, yo, we gotta protect these pedophiles. See, these guys are too hard on them.
Yeah.
They're too
Honestly,
hard
I do feel kind of bad for some of those videos. Where the guys just like call them out Walmart because like, dude didn't like just say I want to grow up and be a pedophile one day, you know? He's just like born with this shit.
Oh God! You feel the sympathy for him.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, this
Here-
kind of sucks.
Okay, this is where, and we might get fucked for this. So
Yeah.
this is where it does get a little dicey for me. A lot of times, especially, there's so many people trying to get into that space now of like being a pedophile hunter or catcher or whatever.
Oh, really? That's
Where there's a lot of people like getting into that, where it does border on like entrapment sometimes, where it's like some of these people that they'll get are like clearly on the spectrum,
Yeah.
clearly have like some sort of special needs,
yeah,
and they will
that's
like
for sure.
they'll like message them and be like, I'm 13 or whatever, and like after they'll like talk to them for like 4 or 5 days and then tell them they're 13, and the special ed person will be like, oh, okay, like I don't want to, and they'll be like, oh no, it's fine, and they'll like push the issue until like this person who maybe is not there enough to know that this is like not okay, like they sort of almost convince them into doing it.
Yeah.
And then they meet up with them and then they're like, you were here to meet a fucking 13-year-old, and it's like, whoa, like this person needs
Dude,
some
that's
help,
like-
like that's a little not
You're
fair.
a fan of South Park?
I've seen some clips of South Park.
There's
Yeah.
just like I just seen this clip of like this cop who like takes down hookers. And
Oh,
he like
God.
gives them like blowjobs and stuff, and like has sex with them.
No.
And it's like, hey, you're under arrest. After he like gives him pretends to be like
A client.
trans and everything,
Yeah.
like that shit. And then
Yeah.
that's what reminds me.
Literally, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it just. I don't know. It borders on entrapment a little bit, where it's like they're sort of convincing them to create.
Yeah, that's
to do the
kinda
crime.
fucked up.
Like they weren't necessarily like that person. Had they not been told to do that by this other party, they probably would have never done that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know if that makes them a good or bad person. You know, I don't know. I mean, these people have different needs than I do and different levels.
That
It's
is
a
kind of
spectrum.
fucked. That's like hanging a carrot over like a pig's head, honestly, or just some shit like that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know it's a crazy example, but it does. That is when I start to feel bad. Like it's like clearly somebody that like socially doesn't know certain things, and like
Yeah.
they kind of, you know, take advantage of them in that way. At least that's what it feels like. And maybe I don't have all. They don't show you ever all the text, so like maybe I don't have all the information. Maybe they are that evil, but I don't know. Sometimes maybe we could just like do a few less like full body world's strongest slams in Walmart. Like maybe we could like not break them through a table and you know.
I mean,
If they're literally on the spectrum.
yeah, I can't imagine just like what the kind of shit Walmart like sees. You know, like people like just like pouring like milk on themselves and just like screaming.
Yeah,
You
or
ever
like
see
that
those
lemon. Do you remember the
videos?
lemon
Just, like-
juice thing when people would like go into restaurants and like in different stores and they just like pour lemon juice in their eyes? And just
Oh
scream,
yeah,
like Supreme Patty.
yeah,
like,
dude,
started
that's
that.
who came to mind. Supreme Patty.
Yeah, like these guys. Like I mean, imagine Walmart used to be 24 hours, dude.
yeah.
Imagine how much worse it was then.
Oh my god, they're getting like $9.50 an hour.
Dude, yeah, dude, $9.50 now to deal with some fucking degenerates. I knew this. There was this kid from my hometown who like thought it was funny he did a YouTube video where he literally just like stole from Walmart. Like he got a bunch of stuff. He took a bunch of Powerade off the shelves and then was handing it out to people. And he had a Walmart vest on that he stole from a friend of his. He was just
Yeah.
telling people it's free. And so like these people were taking it, and then like they're getting into like huge altercations at the register with these people because they're, you know, the fucking person who's getting paid $9.50 fucking scans it.
What the fuck?
And they're like, no, dude, that's free. The guy told me it's free. And then they're like trying to beat the shit out of a fucking teenager because this other kid told him it was free. And I'm like, dude, what is going? Like, I just.
And the dude's just standing there in the background of this camera.
with this camera getting it on. Like, yeah. And I'm like, what? It's got to suck to work at Walmart.
Oh my god, I can't imagine the people fucking staying overnight toilet papering as you're just trying to get through your shift with your AirPods in. You just clean the toilet paper aisles. You just see some fuckhead taking the fucking camera and he's like, dude, I'm fucking sleeping in the Walmart for 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
bro.
can't imagine you trying to finish truck. I worked at Target for a while, so like
Really?
it's similar. Better people, better clients, I'll say. Guests, we called them at Target. I couldn't imagine like trying to finish a pallet of product to the floor, and then there's some dipshit kid like riding the like electric scooter thing through my fucking
Yeah.
pallet. I'd be like, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, man.
Dude, don't mess with those people at Walmart and Target, dude. They got some hidden aggression in them.
Think about it, man. Think
You know?
about it, bro. Is that what you want to be doing with your life? That's not what I wanted to be doing with my life.
No.
I had some rage. So I wish a kid would have tried.
Yeah.
Do something stupid in my aisle.
And they don't give a fuck. They're living with their parents most likely.
Yeah, dude,
you
they're
know?
fucking 40.
They don't need the job.
Yeah, they're
They're
fuck
like
this, man.
trying to convince themselves they do, but they don't.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible. I saw when I was looking through your Instagram that you do a little longboarding.
Yeah, I do. I skateboard as a kid. Always interested in the skate culture, but never could like ollie or anything. I
No.
was like the scooter kid. It's
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can do a bunny hop. Look,
There you
I'm part
go.
of the culture.
Yeah.
But there's
fuck
like
yeah.
the skate park like near me as a kid. And I was like, oh my god, those are like the coolest kids like
Yeah.
growing up.
Do you like to longboard here in Milwaukee? Like,
Yeah.
where are some clutch spots for
Honestly,
longboarding?
I haven't longboard. I like lime scootering. That's my thing now.
Oh, all
I
right.
just like cruising around on a lime scooter, and
Those
I'll
are
just
fun.
like bunny hop on them too. Over
Yeah.
like the little like.
Dude, you should get your own. They're like, if you buy your own from like, I mean, you can get them at Target or Walmart or whatever. You can get like a nice one, dude, for like
Really?
$300.
Damn, maybe I should.
And then you don't have to pay again. You know, I mean, $300 is a lot, but
Yeah, they
then
do.
you'd
I
never
just
have
do
to
like
pay
the
it again.
$10 pass. You ever do that before?
no, I haven't.
So that saves you a lot of money.
Okay.
You do like the $10 pass, and it like, or like maybe it's like $20, and it just like gives you like 2 hours of ride time
Oh,
for
that's
like
not
$20.
bad. That's
So,
not
yeah.
bad.
But yeah, that's what I do. Just like cruise around the city, listen to music and stuff. It's a good time.
It's fun, man. I
Yeah.
think it's cool. Not every city has, like the Lime scooters like we do. So for people that don't know, if they're listening from somewhere else, in Milwaukee we have, and they're in some other cities too, we have these electric scooters called Lime. I think it's through Uber. Like technically it's connected to Uber.
I didn't know that.
You can basically, with your phone, if you have the Lime app, you go up, you scan this thing, it's going to charge from your Apple Wallet, and you can basically, it's like a taxi, but you get to drive it yourself. You're riding on a little electric scooter.
Yeah.
They get up to, they can get up, honestly, if you're going downhill, max speed, tops out like 17, bro. That's pretty sick.
I really want to get a boosted board. One of those.
Yeah.
I was a huge Casey Neistat fan as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So I always was like, had this idea of like doing alternative transportation and like doing a boosted board or like getting like one of those like Super 76s or whatever they're called, like one of those bikes.
Yeah.
I think would be dope. I don't know. Just electric things in general are like so dope.
Have you seen the one wheels?
Yeah, those things seem really like not realistic or whatever.
Yeah.
They just like seem like some fun thing to do.
Yeah. I know some people that swear by them. Like they
Really?
fucking go everywhere on them, and it freaks me out. There's a guy who lives in my building, like he'll literally walk right out the front door, drop it down, he's just fucking zooming. And I'm like, damn.
That's like
cool.
riding a ripstick, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you gotta have like the same balance to ride one of those, like
Yeah.
as you do like a ripstick.
Fuck ripsticks, dude.
I know.
I never rocked
That just
with
like
that.
came to mind. For some
Yeah, I
reason.
hated that shit though.
I couldn't ride them either.
Neither. I couldn't do it. I was like, I didn't care enough, and I've talked about it before on the podcast. I didn't like any sport that I had to hurt myself multiple times to learn how to do it.
Oh, really?
So like, I had one of my best friends is like literally one of the best BMX kid. He was one of the best BMX kids in the whole country for like 8 years. Like he won nationals every year for like 4 or 5 years in a row.
Damn.
The years he didn't win it, he was second or third. So he was like top notch.
Shit.
And so his whole house, dude, we all go over there. They had like a decent backyard. Like fucking his dad built like a whole dirt bike track for us and shit.
Damn.
I just refused, man. I did it a couple times, busted my shit. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch, bro. It's still cool. I respect it.
I never
but
did
I
that
can't
before.
do it.
That seems fun.
It is
just
fun
to try.
It's fun to try, and then
Yeah.
once you fuck your shit up, I'm like, dude, I'm playing basketball. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I don't want to break my
Let's do
shit doing
tennis
this.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Let's do something else. But yeah, man, I couldn't get down with it. Let's bring it back to the music a little bit, man. What's the worst part about now that you've been playing some shows? You're getting out here. You're in the city now. You're doing the thing.
Yeah.
We had this long journey we got here. I know it's a ton of fun playing live. Every musician loves playing live. Give me the hardest part, or maybe worst thing that people don't know about playing live.
Honestly, I'm having a tough time figuring out my live setup, so that's the hardest part for me right now.
Okay.
It's trying to figure out how to go about it.
Like
and I think
technical wise, or what do you play?
Technical wise. I think right now it's just too overcomplicated, like having a 5-piece band, because I do usually have like 5 instruments in all of my songs where it makes sense to like have a 5-piece band.
Mhm.
But technically, like to think about that and put on, because I had like the laptop playing like the synth tracks and stuff and doing like being like have like all my hands in on everything, it just like gets to be a lot. So I feel like that's kind of what's screwing me up, but I kind of have an idea of how to go about it. And I think I'm just going to be doing like a DJ and me, and it's like a drummer and then just like a bass guitarist, and just keep it simple, because I like really like being like playing guitar and being hands-on with everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm kind of like still like figuring out my live setup. Like kind of sucks because I just like have to like play shows to figure it out more. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a big part of it.
I really am like a performer in general. So like once I kind of like figure out stuff, I think I'll like really enjoy it more.
Yeah.
But I'm still like figuring.
Definitely,
shit out.
man, and feel free, dude. Like now you have my info. Like I'll get your number and you
Yeah.
can ask me some questions, because I mean you can ask Simon about it. We ran a lot of crazy shit for
Yeah.
what we had to do. So I'll definitely, if
Yeah.
I can lend any help, I would love to.
Yeah, I'm
So
playing Bremen Cafe, and I'm just doing a DJ and just myself because the stage
Tonight?
is so small. No, May
Oh.
like 26.
okay.
Opening up for this band, but I'm just gonna do just a DJ and myself just to keep it simple, because
Fair.
it's like I just want my songs to just sound as good as, because I put a lot of time into my music, so I just want it to sound as good as how it sounds on,
Yeah.
how it sound as good as live with all like the backing vocals and everything too. So
Yeah.
we'll try that out and see how it goes.
See how you feel about
just keep
it.
it simple right
yeah.
now.
And you keep learning every show. You'll learn something, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to tweak it
I'm
and
only, like,
fine tune it.
2-3 shows deep, so
Yeah. It'll come to you, man. Yeah,
beginner
that's
with this stuff. Yeah.
that's fun. What's the most random thing you own?
Oh. Damn. I own one of those like lap steel guitars. I guess it's pretty random.
Like the slide guitars?
Yeah.
Dude, you have a slide guitar?
Yeah.
I fucking love
I
slide
got one
guitar.
on eBay for like $40.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Do you know?
pretty
Do you
cheap.
know how to play it?
Kinda. I can play like that one song like.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta play. You know, like, do you know the song "Stay" by Post Malone?
Yeah, dude, that song is so fucking good,
Bro.
I need to learn that song on lap steel guitar.
You should, dude. That's what,
On
like, if you ever
guitar,
watch, like,
it's so fun to play that song.
do you ever watch like the making of songs or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
Genius has like the deconstructed and everything.
Yeah,
You should watch that one because it's excellent. And they have a lap steel guitar in that song.
yeah, Andrew Watt
Yeah.
is the producer on that
So
one.
fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
So cool.
that's fucking dope.
That's awesome, man.
That was
That's
my first song I learned on guitar, actually. That's crazy. You said
Really?
that. Stay.
That's
Yeah,
legit, man.
18.
Yeah, I
learned
love that
guitar.
song, man. I love that song. So so you started learning guitar at 18?
Yep.
Excellent. Man.
Yeah.
What was
That-
your method? Was it just learning songs that you liked, or?
Yeah, just like learning songs at first, and then I just kept learning songs and got like a teacher for a little bit to show me scales, and I've just kind of just like, I went to this guy named Justin Guitar. I did that for a little bit.
Yeah, I did
That's
Justin
pretty
guitar
popular.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just did like Marty music and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
It's
All
like-
the classics. If
Yeah.
anyone's tried to learn guitar
Yeah.
online, that's literally what you do.
Yeah, and then I'm just like learn songs here and there and do tabs, but yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get like a teacher and stuff, just like eventually, just to pick up my skills with like my instruments soon.
Yeah.
I was like getting better on stuff because I want to make my music like as good as possible. Like
Yeah.
that's really a main goal of mine. So
Yeah, and the more the better you get at these things, it's almost like the more tools you have at your
Yeah.
disposal, right? So I think that's a great great way to look at it. Great thing to do.
yeah,
It's people in the live chat saying we're back, swagging. Y'all gonna collab. We'll see what's in the works here. We'll see what's in the. We've already got mutuals. So, what else have we not gone to today, man? That we need to get to. We're right around that hour mark.
I don't know. I
What's
feel
on your
like-
mind? What's something you're mad about? Let's do that. What's something that pisses you off
Pisses me off.
or annoys you?
People flaking. Oh
You
man,
gotta tell me about that.
I hate people flaking. Like,
Yeah?
dude, I am such a person that sticks to my word on everything I do.
Yeah.
Even like simple as I'll be here
Yeah.
at this time. I might be a little late, but I'll be there. But
Yeah.
it's like when you make plans and then someone just like dips, dude.
Mm.
That shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be frustrating. How do you go about it when you reconvene with that person?
I just like I
Like
don't
next
know.
time you see him and they blew you off,
It's like yeah, I don't know.
do
I
you
just
address it?
not really, man.
No?
I just
You're not a confrontational.
not until it gets to be like something more extreme than that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, if you're gonna invite me again, I'm not gonna fucking respond. You know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, nah, I can't trust you on that. But I'll be cool with you in person.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. Yeah. I get that, dude. I get that 100%. That's something that I've had to like. It's hard for me to let it go sometimes. So like, I
Yeah.
have to like. I'll be like if you like, let's say you'd have blown off the show today. Like I would not have had a problem with you. Let's say.
Yeah.
But if I would have saw you in person, and you were like, hey, let's do the show, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
Man. Sure.
Yeah. When I meet people in person, like I don't know, like every time I have like an issue with someone, I talk to them in person, it all just goes away
Yeah.
with me.
I think most of the time.
So it's hard for me to keep a grudge with people.
I think most of the time, if people like communicate not electronically in person, if there's an issue, most of the time, if they have some communication skills, you can just squash it right there.
Yeah.
And it's usually not as big of a deal as you think it is, because we're reading text in a weird way. We're projecting our own, negative emotions onto what they're
No,
saying, and
for
maybe
sure.
they didn't mean it that way. So
Yeah. Texting's a weird thing.
yeah.
Not a huge fan of it. But
No.
It
yeah.
is what it is.
What about what's coming down the pipeline for you, man? Anything new and exciting before we wrap today that you want to plug before we go here? Anything coming up? Any new tracks you should be looking out for? New shows? You got
I got the show May 26th opening up for Fanta Band. They're from Cincinnati at Bremen Cafe. Probably
Hell yeah,
at
man.
like 8 p.m. Be on my Instagram and stuff. So if you guys want to follow me there,
Follow them there. It's linked down
at
below.
TEDWORTH, TEDWORTH.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little nickname by the way too.
Yeah. Okay. Before we wrap, that's one thing we
that's-
forgot to get to. What's TEDWORTH?
Yeah, dude, I had this like swim teacher. I lived right on top of this like hill. Right on this hill was like the community pool. So me and my like family would like always go to like the pool like we had like a season pass there. We just like go to this like community pool like all the time. But I had this like swim teacher there and they'd just teach like swim lessons, and he just like give me the nickname like TEDWORTH when I was like 10 years old. because he's like, yeah, it's like TEDWORTH, like the Mario character or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I just like kept the name, and then it was
Really?
on like my parents' like birthday cake for me when I was 10, like happy birthday TEDWORTH.
Wow.
So it's like literally just a nickname. And when I came down to like doing like YouTube and music, it's always just been TEDWORth.
Wow.
It's kind of weird.
That's super organic, though.
Yeah, I thought about changing it, but I'm like, I don't know what I'll change it to. Maybe
Yeah.
like TEDWORTH. I don't know.
No, I think TEDWORTH is smooth. I think that's clean. You have to
Yeah.
do some merch one day that looks like a toad, a mixture of Toad and you.
Oh shit, that'd be pretty fun.
Like just like a nice hoodie with like that in the corner or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Or that on the back of it or
Yeah.
something. That'd be nice, man.
And it's actually got some like folklore to it too. Like there's this like whole thing in like England called the Drummer of TEDWORTH. Like if you look it up online on Wikipedia, there's like thing called the Drummer of TEDWORTH, because I guess it's the town in England.
Yeah.
Or like
What did he
UK.
do?
I'm like
what did
totally,
that? What did the drummer do?
he like scared the city or something.
Oh, all right.
He like haunted the city.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, it's like still got music in it, so it's kind of cool.
That is neat, man.
Yeah.
Weird how the stars aligned on that one.
Yeah.
You know?
It's cool.
Excellent, dude. Well, you have any questions for me or anything else before we wrap today?
No, not really. Yeah, I was a big fan of that Vivarium show you put on.
Thanks,
I
man.
thought that was
Appreciate
dope
it.
as fuck. Just
Thanks,
like
dog.
we were talking about it before the podcast. I was
Yeah.
saying like how you're doing like push-ups and everything. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's
But
fun,
yeah.
man. It's a fun time. I appreciate you. Appreciate you saying that. Appreciate you taking the time to be on the show today, dude.
Yeah.
And talk about some music and your journey. It's ridiculous but fun, and I'm
Yeah.
excited we got to kind of share that with people today.
Happy to be on. It's been fun.
Congrats too on your first podcast for
Yeah.
show today.
Hell
so,
yeah.
You know, I'm working on getting an award. We've been so many people's first podcast.
Like the Dundies.
Like I need to get like a thing that I can like hand somebody. Like oh, your first podcast. Congrats,
Dude,
you know?
it was
like,
fun. I gotta do more.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight live, as well as people that are gonna be listening days after or watching on Spotify. I want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They're up on the screen right now. If you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra videos, extra podcasts, as well as a series where how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita. You can help support the channel for as little as $1. Also want to say a quick shout out to our sponsor, Alpine House 2, for sponsoring another episode of the show. That's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. Check them out and tell them Rita Detox sent you. So shout out to them for sponsoring another episode of the show. With all that being said, this has been the 298th episode of the Detox Podcast.